Welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you from the commercial city of Aba. First, the headlines. Abia government says the state is cholera and diphtheria free. Again, NNPCL GCEO Kiare promises Port Harcourt Refinery will start production in August. Federal government donates 20 trucks of rice to each Nigeria's 36 states and Abuja. Thanks for joining us on the news at this time. My name is Esther Chima. Now the news in details. Abia State government says the state is cholera and diphtheria free. This was made known to journalists at Government House, Umuahia, by the Commissioner for Information and Culture, Prince Wike on the outcome of this week's State Executive Council meeting presided over by the Governor, Dr. Alex Otti. The Commissioner revealed that between the 30th of June and the 7th of July, a total of 112 suspected cases of cholera were reported, cutting across 8 local government areas in the state. Meanwhile, the special advisor to the Governor on Health, Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Azodo, said 3 of the cases confirmed positive using rapid diagnostic tests were sent to the National Reference Laboratory in Abuja for confirmation, where they tested negative. Abia State government is expressing gratitude to the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC Abia State chapter for calling off its intended strike. This is made according to the Commissioner for Information and Culture, Prince Wike while briefing journalists on the outcome of this week's State Executive Council meeting, which was presided over by the Governor, Alex Otti. Prince Wike disclosed that in the area of leave allowance, Governor Otti has agreed that once any Abia worker is due for leave, he or she will be paid his or her leave allowance. Speaking on the issue of the reversal of command promotions from 2015 to 2023 by Governor Alex Otti, the special advisor to the Governor on Media and Publicity, Ferdinand Ekoma, stated that the government reserves the power to grant command promotions to workers who merit it. Against the backdrop of the challenges associated with constitutional amendments, the Abia State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has called on the presidency to instruct the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to set a timeline for local government council elections within 3 or 6 months. The party asks that sole administrators be appointed to oversee council affairs to facilitate a smooth shift towards full autonomy during this current transition period. The call by the Abia leadership of the PDP followed the recent judgment of the Supreme Court of Nigeria granting full financial autonomy to local government areas in the country. It was contained in a statement issued by the Abia Deputy Chairman and Acting Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Abraham Ama, while lauding the Supreme Court's judgment, which granted full financial autonomy to local government areas in the country. Abia PDP described the court's decision as a crucial step towards enhancing good governance at the grassroots level. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Otti has pledged that local government elections will soon be held across all 17 local government areas of the state. Governor Otti criticized his predecessor for not holding local government elections, which allowed the administration to dismiss and withhold funds from local government officials and control the distribution of these funds. Speaking at the banquet hall of the Government House in Umuahia, the state capital, Governor Otti announced that the current mayoral positions held by Transition Committee chairman appointed by his administration would end once the elections are conducted. He emphasized the importance of local government to grassroots communities and expressed his eagerness to enable citizens to elect their own leaders in the local government areas. Federal government says it has donated about 20 trucks of rice to each of Nigeria's 36 states and Abuja as part of measures to cushion the country's food crisis. Information Minister Mohammed Idris disclosed this in Abuja while briefing State House reporters at the end of the Federal Executive Council meeting. The minister said the bags of rice are expected to be distributed to vulnerable Nigerians by the state governments. Each state and the FCT is receiving 20 trucks containing 1,200 bags of 25 kg of rice. President Bola Tinubu is set to meet with the leadership of the organized labor in continuation of discussions on a new minimum wage for Nigerian workers on Thursday. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris said the issue of the new minimum wage was also discussed during the Federal Executive Council FEC meeting. Idris said the president will meet with the labor leaders to finalize their thoughts, and then he will make his informed decision known to Nigerians by also sending it to the National Assembly. He added that the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Atiku Bagudu, has been directed to come up with a proposal for an amendment act to the 2024 Appropriation Act to be sent to the National Assembly. Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, has issued a 15-day ultimatum to public polytechnic authorities to suspend the implementation of a contentious scheme of service put together by the National Board of Technical Education, NAPTE. The president of the union, Bania Sharma, made this known at a media briefing in Lagos. ASUP has threatened a shutdown of all polytechnics across the country if the National Board for Technical Education does not withdraw the document and reverse the decision. Other members present at the media briefing expressed their dissatisfaction about the new scheme introduced by the board, stating that it discourages professional growth of non-teaching and teaching staff. Federal government has reached an agreement with the United Arab Emirates, UAE, to allow Nigerian passport holders to obtain visas for travel to that Arab nation starting yesterday, that is July 15, 2024. The Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, disclosed this when he briefed State House correspondents following the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting. The minister stated that this resumption of travel follows successful talks and extensive negotiations between the UAE and Nigeria, resulting in updated controls and conditions for obtaining a UAE visa. Enyimba TV recalled that the UAE on 13 December 2021 issued a travel ban on passengers from Nigeria and the Democratic Republic of Congo, citing a surge in the country's COVID-19 from passengers of the two nations. Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, Mele Kyari, says the Port Harcourt Refinery will begin to deliver refined petroleum products in August, while that of Kaduna and Warri will commence by December, just as he insisted that they were not lying to the nation. Kyari spoke in Abuja when he appeared before Senator Sani Musa, APC Niger East-led National Assembly Joint Senate and House Committee of Representatives on Finance during an emergency session on the state of the economy. He also assured that by the end of the year, Nigeria will be a net exporter of petroleum products. Enyimba TV recall that Mele Kyari had said in March this year, shortly after meeting with the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on turnaround maintenance of the country's 4 refineries, that the Port Harcourt Refinery will begin to deliver refined petroleum products in 2 weeks. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa says the elites in the country are frustrating the efforts of security agencies to arrest illegal miners. General Musa, who was represented by Air Vice Marshal Nnemeka Ilo, spoke at the investigative hearing organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Solid Minerals. He added that the Nigerian military will support a temporary ban on mining activities to address the general insecurity in the country. The military stance on the suspension of mining was in response to a speech made by the House leader, Julius Ihofbre, wherein he said the lower chamber would consider drastic measures in the solid mineral sector. The chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Solid Mineral, Jonathan Befe, revealed that the country is losing $9 billion annually to illegal mining. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Public Procurement, Honorable Uyime Idem, is warning government officials against dishonoring parliamentary invitations. The warning was issued during a public hearing on a bill for an act to amend the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply Management Act 2007. According to him, the committee will not hesitate to invoke its legislative powers against offenders. The Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, is commending the Supreme Court for the landmark judgment granting financial autonomy to the 774 local government councils in the country. National President of ALGON, Aminu Muazu Maifata, said this during a news conference in Lafia. The association further urged the government to scrap state independent electoral commissions and empower the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to conduct uniform elections for the 774 local governments and align the life of local government with the 4-year tenure of state and federal offices. According to the ALGON chief, the local government areas should be allowed to breathe by letting the verdict take course. The Kano State High Court has issued a perpetual restraining order against the Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, and 4 other emirs from Rano, Gaya, Bichi, and Karave, preventing them from parading themselves as emirs. The case brought forth by the Attorney General of Kano State, the Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly, and the Kano State House of Assembly sought to restrain Aminu Ado Bayero and the 4 other dethroned emirs. The motion ex parte was filed on May 27 by their counsel, Ibrahim Isa Wangida Esquire. During the judgment, Justice Amina Adamu Aliyu affirmed the legislative powers of the Kano House of Assembly. Martin Amewule-led House of Assembly has shut down all expenditures of the River State until Governor Siminalayi Fubara presents his budget before the House. This comes after the expiration of the 7-day ultimatum the faction gave to Governor Siminalayi Fubara to present the 2024 budget before the House. Major Jack raised the motion informing the House about the expiration of the 7-day ultimatum given to the governor to present the 2024 budget before the House. The Martin Amewule-led Assembly therefore resolved that Governor Fubara is no longer allowed to approve or authorize expenditure from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the state, nor are ministries permitted to spend public funds until the 2024 budget is presented. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has sworn in 10 new judges, 7 for the High Courts and 3 for the Customary Courts of Appeal, with a charge that they should carry themselves with dignity and honor in the dispensation of justice to the people. They took the oath of office before Governor Uzodinma at the new executive chambers in Owerri. Governor Uzodinma admonished the newly sworn-in judges to approach their responsibility with integrity, dignity, and with the fear of God, while resisting the temptation to do the unimaginable. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues with foreign, business, and sports updates. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Glad to know you're still there. Now the rest of the news. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame, feared and admired in equal measure, is seeking to extend his 24-year rule in an election analysts say he will win by a landslide. He has dominated every election since becoming president in 2000 with over 90% of the vote. In 2017, he won with a staggering 99% in an election criticized by human rights groups. Mr. Kagame is accused of not allowing any real opposition and ruthlessly targeting his critics even outside the country. He faces the only 2 contenders who were authorized to run, Other candidates were barred by the state-run Electoral Commission. Mr. Kagame cast his vote without speaking to reporters. He has been the real force in Rwanda since his rebel forces took power at the end of the 1999 genocide, which killed some 800,000 ethnic Tutsis and moderate Hutus. Since then, he has been praised for overseeing the country's dramatic economic revival and unifying the country. And now from the business sector, Nigeria's inflation rate rose to 34.19% in June 2024, up from 33.95% in May. The data is captured in the National Bureau of Statistics in its Consumer Price Index report for June. The CPI measures the rate of change in prices of goods and services. According to the Bureau, food inflation also surged to 40.87% in the month under review as prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages continue to surge. NBS said the headline inflation rate in June showed an increase of 0.24% points when compared to May 2024 headline inflation rate. And now sports. Super Falcons pre-Olympics friendly against Canada will be played behind closed doors. The Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) made the announcement on its official X handle. The international friendly will be played in Seville, Spain. The two teams played out 0-0 draw in their last meeting at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. Canada defeated Australia 2-1 in a friendly last weekend. The Super Falcons will fly to Paris for the Olympics on Thursday. And with that sports story, we wrap up this edition of the news on Enyimba TV at this time. But before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. Abia government says the state is cholera and diphtheria free. Again, NNPCL GCEO Kiari promises Port Harcourt Refinery will start production in August. Federal government donates 20 trucks of rice to each Nigeria's 36 states and Abuja. Now that's our package of the news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. On behalf of the production crew, my name is Esther Chima. Thanking you so much for watching.